Jesus was preaching for the day. I guess they're done. He says, hey guys, let's go across the lake. Now the lake is the Sea of Galilee. Not really what we would call a lake. It's big. It's very big. It says it's like 600 plus feet below sea level. It's surrounded by hills. I mean, it's a serious body of water. And he says, let's go across it. So that's what he said we're going to do. Let's remember that. So as they're rowing along the lake, a great storm hits. And I'm talking swells to the point where they're taking on water. And it says that Jesus is in the back asleep. He's asleep. In the storm, he's asleep. His disciples who have been with him for a while are flipping out. I'm talking pure panic mode, level 10 panic. They are saying, they are rushing up to Jesus at this point, and they're like, hello, teacher, aren't you worried or concerned? Don't you care that we're going to drown? We're all going to die here, basically, is what he said. For some reason, this disciple forgot that Jesus already told them, hey, let's go across the lake. He already said that. Let's go across the lake. That's what we should remember, is what he already told us we're going to do. You think he's going to let you? He didn't say, hey, let's go drown in this lake. He said, let's go across it. So Jesus wakes up from his nap while he was napping during this giant storm. There's no storm to Jesus. He's like, I don't know what y'all are worrying about. He gets up and he rebukes the storm. Now, what does that look like? It says that Jesus speaks to the storm. I think that's important. He speaks to the storm. He doesn't go and have he doesn't go in his prayer closet. He doesn't go and have a moment of silence for the storm, or tell his disciples, okay, you pray for the wind to stop, and then you pray that we stop taking on water. He directly speaks to the storm and he rebukes it. He says, peace, be still, quiet down. And it says that the storm stops and there's a great calm. Now, if you've ever seen a body of water, a lake or whatever, the difference between like white caps, and a boat on it, it is terrifying. And the difference between a great calm, like a glass-topped lake. That's what they were at. So then he looks at his disciples and he says, guys, why are you so afraid? Do you still have such little faith in me? Now, they've already seen Jesus do miracles. Why do you still have such little faith in me? They ask. Jesus asks them. And they're like, I don't know what's going on. So this is later on that the disciples are kind of talking amongst themselves. And they're like, who is this guy? Like they haven't connected all the dots. They're close, but they have not connected the dots. They're like, who is this man that even the wind and the waves obey him? They obey him. Who is this man? There is a really cool painting of this storm that Rembrandt did. It's beautiful. And it's definitely something that we can all look at and relate to, the storms in our lives. How are we behaving in this storm? Are we acting like the disciples? Panic mode? Lord, are you just going to let us drown? Or are we going to do what Jesus did and speak to that storm and not be afraid?